Alright, so I'm back at it again. As you can hear the creek rushing behind me. About to head a little bit higher up. There's a whole bunch of creek crossings back and forth, wet rocks on both sides. This will be the testing ground for the Vibram Megagrip and the Zegama 2. You might have recognized that section of trail that I ran in on. I ran the same section in my Catamount Agile review. It looks a little bit different today. It's about 80 degrees. It was snow covered, frosty, icy back then, so quite a bit of different scenery around here with the changing seasons. I do have to mention, coming in on that section, there's a bit of boulders in the middle of the trail. You kind of have to pick your way in certain spots, and the softness of the midsole I felt at times, in conjunction with me not being able to fully lock down that forefoot lacing, I felt a little bit uneasy at times on uneven ground, kind of picking my way down those steep boulders. And at times when it was cambered either left or right, I felt that a little bit of unsteadiness with the soft Zoom foam. If I would be able to cinch down those lower laces a little bit better, I think it would feel a little bit more comfortable. But as I said in my previous review, the forefoot's just a little bit narrow. I have to relax that lacing, otherwise it gets too squeezy on my forefoot. So again, not a super wide shoe. I think the fit and feel and how technical, moderate, uneven the terrain you'll be able to run in these will really depend on your personal foot shape. And if you're able, how tight you're able to lock down those laces, how secure you're able to feel in it, because it is a soft foam, so you really kind of want to be strapped in. Heading up here, across a whole bunch of creeks. Probably my infamous rock that I tested with the Zegama 1s, where I completely slipped out, had to catch myself with both hands, maybe 45-degree angle. I literally jumped and landed on it and pretty much stuck to the rock. So I had confidence beforehand that it would hold, and it did. That's pretty much a conclusion on the Vibram Megagrip. It's awesome, major improvement. Thank you, Nike. So I wanted to take a look at this Megagrip outsole here. Just went through a bunch of water crossings. Held up really great, really grippy on the wet rocks. Same rocks that I tested the Zegama 1 on, where I was falling right off of them. I was actually almost sticking to them in this. I think the pattern is better than the Zegama 1. Also, you have a little bit of flexibility. The Zegama 1, Nike's previous rubbers in general, or the rubber itself is harder. So the Megagrip rubber is softer. You could feel that softness. And also, being that it's so soft, the entire slab of rubber underfoot is also more flexible. So as you can see, I could kind of contour that, so when you're kind of landing on a rock, you have more surface contact with this than a lot of Nike's other outsoles. They're so hard that they just don't flex that much, so you're on a very limited surface area, and the rubber is also not as good. So the rubber's better, softer, more flexible, so you could see how this would kind of contour around anything that you're landing on and really grab. So I'm going to go a little higher up here, try to get a little more of a descent on some rocks. I tightened up my laces a little bit. I talked quite a bit about how I couldn't really tension them down, it being a little tight in the forefoot. I did want to mention that's something that I think would improve over time. As the midsole packs down a little bit, especially under the forefoot in my landing area. I would expect that to pack down a little bit, and in turn I would gain a little bit of vertical space in the toe box. So I would expect that to improve as the shoe breaks in, wears in a little bit. So as you can tell, I'm running into a bit of snow. I think the terrain that I had in mind for testing is going to be under a good amount of snow, so may have to turn around. So went up about 1,800 feet, about 5.5 miles. So it's pretty much all downhill on the way back. Try to wind them up a little, test the speed, see how they feel going a little bit faster here. Whew. Whoa. Okay.